And then from there I went to UCT. I studied there for a couple of years, did not finish. It was a bit too difficult for me. I called it a day. And then I moved to Joburg, man, and that's me now. I'm a Joburg
kid now.
I'm a Joburg kid. I'm a cool kid from Joburg now. Yeah.
And you started doing YouTube while you were at UCT?
Yes, I did. So I started doing YouTube in my second year. I was like really just like not necessarily enjoying varsity. The content was really nice. I enjoyed the content, but I was not necessarily enjoying the way that I had to study. Like I had to hand in things, and there was just a lot that I wasn't necessarily enjoying about it, but I enjoyed the content. And to not waste my mom's money, I called it a day. Like before my final year, it was supposed to be a 4-year degree, guys. Hey, it was a 5-year, going on to year 6.
Listen, we know that struggle. Every varsity student knows that struggle.
Yeah, so that was me. So before my final year of what was turning into 6 years now, so I had just done 2013, 14, 15, 16, I had just done the 4th year. I was going into the 5th year, and I was like, I told my mom, I was like, listen, I'm calling it.
Good.
I have to move. And the first thing I told her is the fact that I'm dropping out. And then she was like, you know what? It's okay. You can drop out for like a year or whatever. So what? And I was like, I'm moving to Joburg. And she was like, what? Why are you moving to Joburg? And I was just like, because I feel like I need a new start. I need a totally different place. Also, I don't feel like the creative scene here and what I'm trying to do is not necessarily working out. So I moved to Joburg, and I was like, I'm going to try and become a YouTuber, which was unheard of at the time. Yeah.
I feel like you're the first person in the country to do it like full-time.
I mean, I'm one of the first black people. No, let me tell you. So it's funny that you say that, because a lot of people think that a lot of the things that we do as the YouTubers that they see, the visible YouTubers, is like the first, which is completely understandable because there's not a lot of other people on Black Twitter. But there's a lot of white people in this country who've been doing YouTube for a long time because they've had the access to, equipment and the access to the internet in general. For example, Casper Lee is one of the guys I looked up to when I started. He has about, I think, 7 million subscribers just on one YouTube channel. And he is from South Africa, and he moved overseas like right after matric, same age as me. And then there's his older sister who was also doing it full time. So there was a couple. The other day I said that Mishani Damas is about to get a plaque, a YouTube plaque. Someone was like, you're one of the first YouTube, and I was like, no guys, do you know how many people have plaques in this country?
I actually saw that tweet, and it made me like try to search for that part of YouTube because we don't know it.
We don't know
All we know are the black.
Yeah, which is good for me. I say all the time, I say YouTube is black, and I love it that way.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it that way. I love that YouTube is black. I love that when you watch YouTube, most of the time the representation you now see is black. Because when I started YouTube, there were no black YouTubers. I mean, there were black YouTubers, but there was nobody really taking it very, very seriously. And not that they didn't like take their content seriously, but it wasn't a thing that I'm going to do this every single week, and I'm going to make sure people watch, and then maybe one day it can turn into a career. Maybe one day. There were a lot of people who were just, uploading content here and there. They were enjoying themselves, which was nice. But I didn't really get to see that many people. When I searched South African YouTuber on YouTube, it was like, did you mean, something else? Because literally, like there were no, in 2014, there were no YouTubers. Yeah. That was
and this is like 4 years later now. When you search for it, it's like 100
people everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like the growth of YouTube in this country it's massive, and I hope that it keeps this pace, if not more. Yeah.
No, I like it as well because now it's a new career in a country where we're really struggling with employment. So it's a really positive thing. Having a black now.
Yes.
And saying I'm gonna do this internet thing.
Yeah.
What's the reaction?
So the nice thing, I have what people call a cool mom. I'm like a cool mom. And she was relatively open about the idea, especially because she saw how her son was not coping with varsity. She knew, because I'd been complaining from first year that I wanted to leave varsity. At the end of first year, I was like, Mom, I want to do something else, or I want to change my degree. And she was like, no, you can't, you have to stay. Second year, I was complaining again. Third year, I was complaining. So by the time it hit, it was one of those, you know what, I'm tired. She literally was like, then I'm just do it. I know I can't stop you from necessarily doing it, so just do it. And the thing was, I wasn't necessarily banking on her money. So that was the nice part, is I could say, listen, I'm like moving out, I'm dropping out and I'm moving away. and I don't expect you to pay for anything or to like help me with anything. And she still did. She gave me like 2.5 when I was moving to Joburg. She was like, I don't know how this is going to help you, but this is all I have at the moment. And I just had to make that work. So she was relatively open about the idea, but that's because I'd been working on it for so many years. And also, she had seen what I'd been doing about YouTube, and she saw that I was really passionate about it. So, like the awards that I was getting, and the views, and the people were talking about it, and the interviews, like the TV interviews and the radio interviews. So she could see that there was something there that I was working on. Yeah. So I always say that to people who ask me, how do I drop out, or how do I explain to my parents? And I'm like, firstly, I don't say drop out. First things first. But when you are explaining to your parent, make sure that there's something there that you can be like, here's my award, that's my summer award, that I can be a rapper. Yeah. Here's my whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be that big, but give them something to work with. Yeah.
No, I hear that. And since coming to Joburg, you've been talking about this thing called the Mpanza Network. Let's go with it. What's that about? Is it a multi-channel network? What is it? What do you do there?
So it's actually very, very close to a multi-channel network. And there's actually a few people who've tried to start them in South Africa. I didn't even realize that I was starting a multi-channel network when I did it. So the Mpanza Network for me was, firstly, the idea came from me starting YouTube channels because I have Sibu Mpanza and I have Mpanza, and I wanted to start another one and another one and another one. I wanted to have a channel. I wanted, when you come on YouTube, you come on South African YouTube, Sibu Mpanza owns a lot of that South African YouTube. Yeah. I wanted to be the Shonda Rhimes of South African YouTube. Exactly, staying within the community. And then so that's the idea that it started off with was, I'm starting Sibu Mpanza, I'm starting Mpanza, then I start a gaming channel, or I start another channel, and that's what the Mpanza Network was going to be. It was just going to be a network filled with my YouTube channels, right? And then something I noticed this year when I started really delving into the business of YouTube was the fact that a lot of creatives didn't know how to make money out of it. They were good at the content creation, brilliant at it, but when it comes to the business side, this year I've started figuring out more and more, and I'm starting to have it on lock, and I was like, listen, let's do this. You concentrate on your business side, come to me, let me manage you and your YouTube channel, and that's how it can work. And I'm starting a group of 5, maybe 6 YouTube channels, and not growing it more than that over the next maybe 2 or 3 years, unless I get more people who will help me on the Mpanza Network and work with me on that. But for me right now, it's like a group of 5, 6 YouTube channels that I don't necessarily own. I own my YouTube channels right now. I don't own anybody else's, but I do manage other YouTube channels. So what I found that really works, and this is a tip that I make people pay for, is that when you come in groups, you will make more money than when you come alone. That usually works wonderfully. So, for example, if a brand comes to me, it's not just Sibu Mpanza, it's Sibu Mpanza, Mpanza, that YouTuber, that other YouTuber. Let's do something all together, and then 9 times out of 10, they're like, okay, then the budget just shoots up all of a sudden because there's more people.
They see
more value.
More value, the bigger the audience.
Exactly. So I wanted to create a family, apart from, just managing people. I wanted to create a family where I was like, listen, we all love YouTube, we all want to make money out of YouTube, let's come together and make this money together.
Casey Neistat seems to be doing like something along those lines where I think it's
368 something,
368 on Broadway, I think it's called. Is your aspiration also to have a space for those YouTubers where they can create their content? So
that's the one thing I've been begging of Google Africa, is to create a YouTube space.
YouTube spaces.
We don't have one because we don't. I think there might be one in Nigeria, but I don't think so. And that's the one thing I've really wanted to do, is create a space. And I've spoken to like a couple of my friends about it, but it's a very expensive idea to have a space open where people can come and create. And that's something I really wanted to. And I was just like throwing ideas around to different friends about like how maybe we can have a membership where you come in, you book your time, you can shoot, like we all come together to get equipment, because we need that. There's a lot of really creative and amazing content creators in this country, but they don't have the space and the expertise or the equipment to create that content. And I want to have a space where I say, listen, the studio is open, you have 3 hours to do whatever you want to do, come in and do it. You pay a small fee just to book your spot for that hour or 3 hours, whatever the case may be. And that's something I want to create. It's an idea I've been sitting on for a while, but the execution I found is so expensive.